Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following NBA matches that is happening on Monday, November 27th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total, and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Los Angeles Lakers versus Philadelphia 76ers. Darvin Ham's Lakers are strategically leveraging the remaining stretch of LeBron James' illustrious career. With a commendable 11-7 start, the team has shown promise, notably with a recent 4-1 streak by triumphing over the Trail Blazers 107-95, Rockets 105-104, Jazz 131-99, and Cavaliers 121-115, albeit facing a setback against the Mavericks 104-101. In the realm of sports betting, odds makers hold a favorable view of Los Angeles, placing them at plus 1,700 to clinch the championship, marking them with the 7th best odds in the league. Game-specific betting statistics indicate the Lakers stand at 7-10 ATS, with 11 out of 17 games concluding under the total. In a recent win against Cleveland, LeBron James notably contributed 22 points. Collectively, the Lakers outperformed Cleveland in shooting percentages from the field, 52.2% to 47.3%, and beyond the arc, 33.3% to 32.1%, while also securing dominance in rebounds, 44 to 37. Individually, James spearheads the team in both scoring, 25.5 ppg, and assists, 6.6 APG. Anthony Davis has been a force in the paint, averaging 22.1 points per game and leading the team in rebounds, 12.1 RPG, and blocks, 2.9 BPG. Noteworthy, James is listed as questionable due to a calf issue, whereas Davis is probable with a hip injury. Similar to Los Angeles, Philadelphia carries high aspirations this season. Presently listed at plus 1,300 to secure the championship, the 76ers hold the 5th best odds in the league. Under Nick Nurse's leadership, the team has commenced strongly at 11-5. Despite stumbling in consecutive games against the Cavaliers, 122-119, and Timberwolves, 112-99, they bounced back with a win over the Thunder, 127-123. From a betting perspective, Philadelphia boasts an 11-5 ATS record and has seen 10 out of 16 games surpassing the total points expected. Joel Embiid notably led the charge in the recent victory, delivering an impressive 35 points, with 19 points coming from free throws. Philadelphia showcased superiority in field goal percentage, 45.8% to 43.9%, and rebounding, 49-38, but faced challenges with turnovers, committing 13 compared to Oklahoma City's 4 giveaways. Embiid stands out as the most impactful player individually, averaging 32.1 points per game alongside 11.3 rebounds, both leading the team. He holds plus 750 odds to secure the MVP title, standing third in line behind Jokic, plus 190, and Doncic, plus 500. Additionally, Tyrese Maxey is having a commendable season, averaging 26.4 points per game while leading the team in assists with 6.8 per night. Monday night's upcoming game holds the promise of being a remarkable clash, potentially even setting the stage for an NBA Finals showdown. Nonetheless, the Lakers are presently dealing with multiple injuries, leading me to lean towards favoring the Sixers on their home turf. Despite LeBron James and Anthony Davis facing lingering injuries, I'm skeptical about the Lakers' ability to match the intensity of this game. They are up against the 4th best defensive team in the league, with the 76ers averaging 116.3 points per 100 possessions. Additionally, Philadelphia holds an advantage in rebounding, securing 51.9% of boards, ranking 5th, compared to Los Angeles' 50%, ranked 16th. Should Davis not be performing at his peak due to his health, it's anticipated that he'll struggle in containing Joel Embiid. Considering these factors, I am inclined to support the home team, the 76ers, in this matchup. The point spread for this crucial game seems relatively high considering its significance. I'm inclined to opt for the under, anticipating a defensive showcase in this primetime matchup. Throughout the season, the Lakers have demonstrated a consistent defensive presence, ranking 6th in defensive efficiency by allowing a mere 107.5 points per 100 possessions. Conversely, the 76ers are positioned 15th in this category, conceding 110.9 points per 100 possessions. Considering recent trends, the under has prevailed in 5 of the Lakers' last 6 games. Additionally, Los Angeles has consistently trended towards the under, boasting an 11-6 record in under bets for the season. These indicators suggest a likelihood for a defensive-oriented game where scoring may be limited. In summary, I'm leaning towards the under for this matchup, expecting a defensive showcase that limits scoring opportunities for both teams. Washington Wizards versus Detroit Pistons. The Washington Wizards are coming off a demoralizing 136-108 defeat against the Atlanta Hawks, exacerbating their troubles by managing only 50 points in the second half. Despite a commendable shooting performance of 43 of 88, 48.9% overall and 10 of 38, 26.3% from three-point range, along with 12 free throw attempts, the Wizards were unable to stem the Hawks' offensive onslaught. Kyle Kuzma, the small forward, stood out with 12 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, but was marred by 5 turnovers. However, their defensive display was woeful, allowing the Hawks to shoot 51% from the field, 48.6% from beyond the arc, and giving away 20 free throw attempts. If they can improve their rebounding and curb the 17 offensive rebounds conceded in the game, they might break their ongoing losing streak. Washington's ability to score at a respectable pace, averaging 115.5 points per game, ranking 10th in the league, contrasts starkly with their dismal defensive performance, where they ranked 29th, allowing a staggering 125.1 points per game. On the other hand, the Detroit Pistons are reeling from a 136-113 defeat on the road against the Indiana Pacers, primarily due to a fourth-quarter collapse, being outscored 39-17. Despite shooting decently at 43 of 90, 47.8% from the field, 7 of 18, 38.9% from three-point range, and securing 24 free throw attempts, Detroit suffered defensively. Cade Cunningham, the point guard, impressed with 31 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, but was troubled by 4 turnovers. Their defense struggled, evident in the Pacers' impressive 48.0/42.1/91.7 shooting split and allowing 7 players to score 10-plus points. Offensively, the Detroit Pistons have struggled, ranking 25th in the league with an average of 109.8 points per game this season. Their defense has been equally concerning, allowing an average of 117.2 points per game, placing them 22nd in the league. Improvements in defensive effort are imperative for the Pistons to rectify their performance. In a matchup between two struggling teams that are statistically very close, the Pistons and Wizards both have poor rankings and adjusted net rating according to Dunks and Threes. The Pistons sit at 27th with a -6.2 rating, while the Wizards closely follow in 28th place with a -7.1 rating. Examining their recent offensive performances over the last 4 games, the Wizards have been scoring at a higher rate, averaging 119.8 points per game, while the Pistons have lagged behind with 107.3 points per game. Considering these factors, it's recommended to take the Washington Wizards with a plus 3-point spread. Both teams have exhibited weak defensive performances, suggesting consistent opportunities to exploit lanes and drive to the basket. When observing the opponent's shooting percentages thus far, the Wizards rank last in the league with opponents shooting at 50.3%, whereas the Pistons stand at 18th with opponents shooting at 47.1%. Furthermore, the over has hit in 10 out of the 16 games played by each team, indicating a tendency for higher scoring matchups. Hence, it's advisable to go with the over 234 points for this game, anticipating a high-scoring affair given the defensive vulnerabilities of both teams. Portland Trail Blazers versus Indiana Pacers. Indiana secured a convincing 136-113 victory against the Detroit Pistons on Friday night, propelled by a staggering 39-point surge in the fourth quarter. Tyrese Halliburton showcased his prowess with 26 points and 10 assists, while Miles Turner demonstrated his clutch performance by contributing 10 of his 23 points in the final quarter. The Pacers maintain an impeccable 4-0 record in East Group A play and are slated to host their upcoming tournament adversary on either December 4th or 5. Coach Rick Carlisle expressed immense satisfaction following the game, emphasizing the significance of the win for the team, organization, ownership, and fans. He underscored the forthcoming opportunities awaiting the team and commended the players for their dedicated efforts. Notably, 7 Pacers players scored a minimum of 15 points, with Buddy Hield standing out with 18 points and a notable resurgence in his productivity. Over the last 3 games, Hield has amassed 73 points while impressively sinking 16 out of 25 attempted three-pointers. Contributions from Obi Toppin and Benedict Mathurin, each scoring 15 points, further strengthened Indiana's performance. Remarkably, Indiana stands as the NBA's highest-scoring team and ranks second in three-point shooting percentage. Despite coping with a sprained right wrist, Haliburton showcased his shooting prowess by sinking 5 three-pointers. His consistent excellence, averaging 25.4 points and 12.1 assists, positions him as an early contender for the MVP title, carrying the weight of a young and evolving Indiana roster. In contrast, the Blazers are set to face the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday, playing the second leg of a back-to-back encounter. Portland halted an 8-game losing streak with a commanding 121-105 win against the Utah Jazz. Jeremy Grant's stellar performance, amassing 30 points and filling up the stat sheet, highlighted Wednesday night's victory. Malcolm Brogdon contributed 20 points and 8 assists, while Jabari Walker delivered a career-high 19 points with 10 rebounds off the bench. Portland took control early, establishing a lead of up to 32 points by late in the first half. Scoot Henderson made a comeback after missing 9 games due to a sprained right ankle. Although not in the starting lineup, the number 3 pick entered the game before the second quarter under 4 timeout, tallying 3 points and 7 assists in 17 minutes. Henderson struggled with his shooting, going 1 for 7 from the floor, understandable given it was his first game back in 2 weeks. Both teams played back-to-back games, but it was evident that the Blazers, in the process of rebuilding, displayed a heightened hunger to break their losing streak. Expectations loom for Portland as they navigate what promises to be a challenging and protracted season with potential for additional losses. On Sunday, the Portland Trail Blazers are set for a challenging matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, marking the second game of a back-to-back series. Their recent 121-105 victory over the Utah Jazz put an end to an arduous 8-game losing streak, showcasing a glimmer of hope for this relatively youthful team within the NBA ranks. While they anticipate some growing pains owing to their young roster, the win against Utah was notably impressive. Facing the upcoming clash against the Indiana Pacers, Portland recognizes the offensive prowess of their opponents. The Pacers boast the league's highest scoring average and rank second in three-point shooting percentage. Miles Turner, averaging 16.7 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3.0 blocks in his last 6 games, particularly stands out. With 5 instances of multiple blocks in that stretch, Turner is anticipated to command the interior play against Jeremy Grant. The prediction leans heavily towards the Pacers emerging victorious in this matchup due to their potent offense and Turner's dominant presence inside. Despite Portland's capacity for scoring, they might encounter challenges in containing Indiana's offensive firepower. Therefore, the forecast suggests a significant win for the Pacers in this encounter. Heading into this inter-conference matchup, Indiana maintains the NBA's top position in pace, setting the tempo for their games. Meanwhile, Portland, despite playing on Sunday, boasts one of the league's youngest rosters, with all players expected to be available for the upcoming game. Scoot Henderson, who returned to action after missing 9 games due to a sprained right ankle, made a notable appearance. Although not in the starting lineup, the 3rd overall pick entered the game before the under 4 timeout in the second quarter. In his 17 minutes on the court, he recorded 3 points and 7 assists but struggled with his shooting, managing just 1 for 7 from the floor. Considering it was his first game back after a 2-week absence, there's anticipation for an improved performance from the rookie in the upcoming game. The prediction suggests an expectation for a higher scoring and more competitive contest this time around. While Tyrese Haliburton is anticipated to deliver an impressive performance for Indiana, there's a possibility for the rookie, Henderson, to contribute significantly in statistical terms in this game. Therefore, the suggestion leans toward taking the over in this matchup, predicting an increased pace of play and potentially higher scoring due to the anticipated impact of both established players like Haliburton and the potential emergence of the rookie Henderson.